This is a Saniclad Hygiene PVC wall sheets installation guide. Please follow the instructions carefully for professional results.
To begin the installation, you will need these specific tools: a tape measure, aviator snips or electric shears, 110 volt jigsaw fine tooth blade, 110 volt transformer and cables, combination square, string line, laser level, mixing drill with paddle, 4mm notched trowel, silicone gun, drill with assorted bits and hole cutters, wipes, suitable workbench, Saniclad adhesives, sealants and applicator gun, spray bottle, wall roller, rubber mallet and all appropriate PPE. Prepare the wall so there is no dust, loose tiles, grease, moisture or damp, protrusions or indentations. It may be necessary to apply a layer of watered down PVA solution 24 hours before starting the installation to eliminate dust. Using a combination of mechanical fixings and adhesive, install either your J edging or starter trim at the bottom of the wall so that it sits on the floor, skirting detail or worktop. Check how level the floor is, as you may have to cut your sheets to suit, although you do get a bit of room to manoeuvre within the J trim. Or single or two-part H-section joining trim 100mm off the floor or specified height. This is only necessary if you're having flooring coved up to meet your sheets. Start at one point and mark 100mm off the floor. Then, using a laser level or standard level, follow this height and mark a line around the rest of the walls. Apply a thin line of single-part Sanibond MS polymer adhesive and offer the trim to the baseline you've marked on the wall. Using either drywall screws or screws and plugs, fix through the trim at 600mm centres, ensuring the head of any fixing is as flush as possible. Once you've completed installing your base trim, measure out the desired area to be cladded and mark out on your wall where each sheet will start and finish. If you're cladding up to or around corners, check how level the walls are, as you may have to scribe and cut your sheets to suit. Next, set out a datum line at eye level using a level. This line is used to measure the exact position of all sockets, pipes, etc. With your sheet laid out on a workbench, transfer the position of the datum line on the wall onto the sheet. Now transfer all measurements calculated onto the sheet. Allow a 2 to 3mm gap for expansion around all service cutouts, and remember to measure twice and cut once. Now it's time to cut out. Carefully drill pilot holes in each corner of a socket position, etc. Then, using a jigsaw with a fine PVC cutting blade, carefully and slowly cut along your marked lines. Once all cutouts are completed, peel back the film a little bit all around the sheet to prevent it getting trapped in the profiles. Once your first sheet is cut, present it to the desired area and double check that it will fit correctly. If so, it's time to glue. We always recommend using the Saniclad 2-part adhesive, as this provides 100% coverage. Lay out your cut sheet on a workbench. Make sure you're wearing the correct PPE, gloves and safety glasses. Add solution A to B. Using a mixing paddle fitted to a drill, mix them together for 2 minutes until an even consistency is achieved. Spread the mixture evenly over the back of the sheet using a 4mm notched trowel, leaving a 15mm gap around the perimeter of the sheet. Once an even coat of adhesive has been applied, the sheet can now be installed. Installing a sheet safely and correctly will require 2 people. One person should guide the sheet into the J or H at the base. If this is problematic, then 2 wallpaper scrapers are handy, whilst the other person holds the sheet just off the wall but correctly aligned. Once the sheet is inside the J or H, you can now press the sheet against the wall. Once the sheet has gripped and you're confident it's correctly aligned, use a roller or rubber mallet, white rubber mallet preferably, to smooth the sheet at every point so you spread the adhesive, thus giving you a full surface bond. Make sure you fit the bonded sheet immediately, as the 2-part adhesive does dry quickly. You now need to install your two-part vertical H joining strip. Besides from applying the correct amount of adhesive, the most crucial part of installation is leaving an expansion gap of 2 to 3 millimeters either side of where your sheet meets the H. This is because PVC materials can expand or contract by 1 millimeter per each 10°C change in temperature. If you do not leave an expansion gap and the temperature rises, then the sheet could buckle and billow out at the joints. If you've cut your sheets down, you'll need to cut your two-part H to suit. Run a small bead of adhesive down the backing part of the H and slide it behind your first sheet. Using a small offcut of sheet, slide it up and down in between the sheet and H to give you your expansion gap. Leave all of your H cover strips till the end so you can see your expansion gaps. Repeat the above processes until you meet a corner. Saniclad manufacture two types of corner. One, 50mm by 50mm internal or external corners. These are a simple and effective method of cornering, as your sheet cuts don't have to be completely accurate, as you have 50mm either side of the corner to cover the sheets. These corners can simply be cut, if necessary, and stuck on with 2 generous beads of adhesive. 2. Small internal cove and external F corners. These are a smaller profile than the 50 by 50 corner. Once you've cladded the wall and reached a corner, whether it be internal or external, the next sheet to go onto the other part of the corner will have one of these corner profiles clipped onto it. If necessary, cut the profile to size and clip it onto your next sheet. Finally, run a thin bead of adhesive down the other corner sheet, which this sheet will butt up to and install. Corners can also be thermoformed using a specialist thermoforming tool. This contains a temperature-controlled element which is used to heat a certain part of the sheet, which can then form the shape of the corner. You may not need to clad all the way along one wall, therefore you will have to terminate the sheets half or 2/3 the way down a wall. If so, a vertical J cut to size and clipped onto the last sheet with a small bead of adhesive behind is perfect. Trim all your H fronts to size and clip and press them firmly onto the previously installed H backs. Now, remove all the film from the sheets and wipe off any dirt or adhesive. If you bought our single skin skirting, simply cut to size, apply a couple of generous beads of adhesive and press firmly onto the desired area. If you bought the double skin skirting, then this can either be mechanically fixed through the front flap or glued as well. You may find gaps in places, e.g. where the profiles meet the sheets or where the sheets meet the ceiling. Therefore, using our food-grade silicone, run a small bead up or down the area. Then spray some soapy water over the area and wipe off any residue with your finger or silicone tool.
If you require any more information on this process or have any queries, please don't hesitate to contact us or email us via our website www.saniclad.co.uk.